So in this video, welcome to another lecture on industrial engineering. So in this lecture, we will discuss about the different techniques of work study. So in the last lecture, we discussed about the total time content of a job and also how work study helps in reducing the work content. So the two techniques we use in work study are, first one is the method study, which is basically a technique of systematically recording and critical examination of existing and proposed method of doing work for developing and applying easier and more effective method, so which makes the process much more easier, right? So that suppose in the we can take the example of the manufacturing of iPhone. So in that manufacturing process, one particular process is the machining. Okay, a worker is doing that job. So basically in work study, what we are doing is that we are trying to find the best method to do this particular job. Okay, so in order to find the best method, we need to record how the job is done by that particular worker. Then we will critically examine it. Then we will suggest some more modifications to do that job so that that job can be done much more easily with less fatigue and with reduced time. So this is basically method study. So the second technique of work study is the work measurement. So work measurement is the application of the techniques designed to establish the time for a qualified worker to carry out a specified job at a defined level of performance. That means through method study, we have established a method to do a job. And then we will measure what's the time taken by a qualified worker to do that job using this method. Okay, so that is the work measurement and we will calculate that time. Okay, so and this technique is called the work measurement. So these are the two parts of work study. Now let us go a little more deep into method study. So method study, I told you, it is mainly concerned with the reduction of added work content of a job. That means we have already calculated what is the total work content. So we are trying to minimize the total work content. So it is mostly used to improve the method of doing work or develop an effective method for new jobs. That is, we are trying to develop a best method to do a job. So that is the better method or the best method. So best method means it should be economical and safe for the worker, and also it should be economical, and it should require less human effort so that the worker will not get fatigued very fast. Then, and it needs shorter put away time. Okay, so these are the important criteria we should keep in mind while developing a method to do a particular job. Now next comes the work measurement. So it is, I told you, this is about measuring the time to do the particular job using the best method. So this is the investigation and reduction of any ineffective time associated with the existing job. Okay, so establishment of time standard for the operation, which has been improved by the method study. So we found the method by method study, then we will calculate the time. So there is no hard and fast rule like method study or work measurement to be applied first. It is always, usually it goes like that. We will find the best method, then we will measure the time taken to do that job. Okay, so it depends whether the operation for a job has been perfected or not. That means we need to find the best method, perfect method first. Then only we will do the work measurement. So let us find the relationship between work study techniques. So this will make it somewhat clear. So we have seen what is work study. It comprises of two things, that is method study and then the work measurement. So work study starts with the method study. That is to simplify the job and develop more economical methods of doing a job. And then after the method study, we go for work measurement, that is to determine how long it should take to carry it out. Okay, that is about work measurement, which will in turn will lead to an increase in productivity. That means productivity is usually measured by the man or machine hours. If we can reduce the man or machine hours, that is the time taken to do a particular job, that means you have higher productivity, because more number of product can be manufactured with in a period of time. Okay, so let us see some of the effects of work study. So application of work study techniques, that is method study and time study, or the work measurement, that is also called the time study, in any organization can result in greater output at less cost and better quality products. Because we are using the best method, then it will lead to an increase in productivity, etc. So these are the effects of work study. And what is the relationship between work study and ergonomics? The work study and ergonomics are the two areas of study having the same objectives, that is to design the work system. So ergonomics is basically designing a job or an instrument so that the worker or user can use it very easily without any fatigue. And so that is all about ergonomics. That is another important field of industrial engineering. So work study and ergonomics are almost same. So that means we are basically designing the work system so that it should be safe, subject to less fatigue, take less time to do the job, etc. So both ergonomics and work study have almost the same objectives. So now let us discuss about the basic steps of work study. So first we will select a job for the study. So this is the first part of the work study. Then we will record. See, we will record that the recording of how a worker is doing that particular job. Then we will examine it. That is a critical study of the recorded events to check their need. Then we will develop and suggest an improved method in light of the prevailing condition. Then we will measure the quantity of work involved in the selected method to find the standard time. So that means we are measuring the time taken to do that job using that method, using our suggested method by a qualified worker. So that is about measure. Then we will define the new improved method. Okay, so we will see if the time is less than the previous, and then we will define the improved method. Then we will install this method as the standard practice. So we will urge the users to follow this particular method. Then we will try to maintain, that is a new method, as the standard practice by proper control. We make sure that this method is enforced or used by all the workers. Okay, so these are the basic steps of work study. Now let us see what are the needs of method study. Because manufacturing industry uses the following resources like man, material, machine, money, technology, etc. Okay, so that means method study helps to reduce the use of these resources. That means help to you improve the productivity of the industry or the manufacturing process. That means we can reduce less people, because once you define a method that uses less time to manufacture a product, that means you need only less man hours and also less machine hours, etc. So all these resources, we make use of the optimum or the best use of these resources, which helps in increasing the productivity. So what is method study? Let us define it in a different way. So it is defined as the procedure for systematic recording, analyzing, and critical examination of existing or proposed method of doing work for the purpose of development and application of easier and more effective. But it is easy to remember that we are trying to find the best method by systematic recording and analysis and critical examination of existing method. Okay. So the objectives of method study are improving the process and procedure, improving the plant layout, improvement in use of man, machine, and materials, improvement in design of plant and equipment, improvement in flow of production and process, economy in human effort to reduce unnecessary fatigue of the operators, and method standardization. Then improving the working conditions and safety standards. So these are all the objectives of method study. When we try to develop the best method, we need to keep these in mind, these important things. We are trying to improve the process and procedure, the plan layout to be need to be changed so that unnecessary movement of man, material, and material need to be avoided, right? And then we will try to design the best working condition and safety standards, etc. So these are the objectives. So let us look at the method study procedure. Okay, the following general steps describe the procedure for making a method study. That means first you need to select a job for method study. Then we will record the information or event. Then examine the information critically. Then develop the most practical, economical, and effective method by considering real limitations of the situation. And then define the new or improved as the standard, improved method as the standard practice, and maintain the standard practice by regular follow-up. Okay, so